Oh wow, there's actually, that's exactly like I measured. Well, I measured 1/2 inch clearance, but there's 1 inch clearance, which gives me some room for toe. Hello and welcome back to Speed Freak Garage, home of power sports on YouTube. So, just looking at our control arm here, I believe I made a mistake in my clearances. I'm a little concerned about that. I might have measured the wheelbarrow or the offset wrong, but there's no harm in at least trying to get this installed on the car because we can confirm some of our other measurements. So I had to beat this 3D printed joint onto the block because I missized it in CAD. So that's one mistake I made that I will not make again. But it's on, it's kind of cracked, but it'll work. So we can screw it back into our, ooh, that is a nasty spider. Time to spray the garage again. I just used my last bug bomb on the house garage. Looks like I'm gonna have to go buy more. The bug bombs work really well for out here because it's a nice big open space, and I'll just set 3 of them off. Yes, 3. Hate spiders. Okay. So, get this on. And we want it to be like that. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put these 2 bolts in first. I'm actually gonna undo the ball joint here. It looks like a 10. Because, well, where did the sockets go? Great. Okay. And I actually printed the ball joint holes wrong too. I've already fixed that and printed a new version of that. So, I also found that there's different models of ball joint. I don't know if they're just old versus new, or if Amazon fucked me and gave me like 3 real ones and a knockoff. I think this one's a knockoff, so I'll probably be throwing it away. Because the other 3 look much nicer and beefier, and it's just not worth your life to take a chance on a $20. Let me show you what I mean, because it's kind of a... Well, for one, this one didn't come with these bolts, whereas the other ones did. And the other ones, but they all came in the exact same box. The other one came with a dust cap. This one did not. You can see the color of the metal is way different. And the size, the bolt pattern's the same. That's the weird part, but like the style and the quality. This almost makes me think this is like a Porsche part and somebody bought the Moog and switched them and sent this back, because this one just screams high quality, whereas this one screams shit. So I got 3 good ones and I got one, we'll call it like a last ditch, I need to finish the race backup part. Did I just... Yeah, well, this one only comes with... What? Did this one not come with bolts either? I don't know. That's what you get when you buy shit from Amazon. You really, I guess, don't have a right to complain, but I am complaining. Anyway, so we'll put the ball joint on later. Right now, I just want to get this stuff on. So put this piece in first and hope it slides in easy. Of course it's not going to. That's why I brought my persuader. We're gonna set it on maximum caster. And again, I don't know if I'm using those terms right. I hope I am, or I'm gonna look really dumb. But I mean, I guess I don't really need to put the bolts on it. I do need to get it seated. without smashing the 3D printed. Great, now the ball joint doesn't want to, damn. Of course. What size is this? $19. Just put it on safety mode and get her tightened up. It's not cooperating. And of course the jack stands in the way. It'd be too easy if it wasn't. Okay. Okay. All right, now gotta knock that ball joint back on without screwing it up. Okay, and I designed it in CAD to be centered on that piece. Okay, now we can swing it up. And, okay, good. So I designed this part right. So at least that's good. So, and I don't know which way. Probably supposed to, I mean, it doesn't matter right now, but I want to mock everything up right. Also want to not screw up my frickin' steering. Okay. Alright, I just hope this holds the weight of the wheel so I can get the measurements I need to redo the design, probably in 1-inch tube, but really thick. I mean, really the thickest 1-inch tube I can use, because the 095, the 1-inch by 095, I don't think is going to be strong enough for off-road. Obviously for a road car it's fine. Off-road I just don't trust it. Okay, so then we want to put this on just so we don't have any more mishaps with it falling off. And of course it doesn't want to go on. Okay, and just this one. Ow, ow, okay, that was a bad idea. Forget that. Okay, now what we want to do is get the ball joint secured in the knuckle before we try to connect it to the arm. Otherwise we could end up with some bad stuff happening. And also we want to lock these nuts on the arm. It's cool that those work. That was not easy to get right. And of course there's ball joint grease all over a very important part of the... I need a towel. For those of you who have actually made it this far in the video, I got a special treat for you. We are going drifting on Friday, yes! And maybe possibly with a brand new video camera, maybe. Amazon really screwed me over this week because they're like, delivery guaranteed Thursday. And then this morning, delivery rescheduled till Friday by 9 p.m. It's like, gosh, Okay, got my trusty blue shop towel that I like to waste, so we're gonna try and get as much of this ball joint grease off of this as we can. Yeah, clean it out. It's pretty rusty. I hope it doesn't cause trouble. And since this is technically like a throwaway ball joint, I could probably just hammer on it to get it in. Granted, you know, like the actual nice ball joints I'm gonna use, you wouldn't want to do this because you'll fuck them up. Again, I do not recommend doing this if you're actually gonna use the ball joint. Almost. Now, obviously, the correct way to do this would be to spread these ears open with a wedge and then slide the ball joint in and then remove the wedge. But I don't want to waste time, so what is this? Oh, yeah, okay. All right. So, I'm gonna slide this bolt in and just kind of secure it. Okay, now comes the tricky, potentially disastrous part. So we want to connect this. Yeah, that's what I figured. It wasn't gonna cooperate. What happens if I just blatantly remove this jack? Okay, it's not necessary. Okay. All right, come on. Please just last long enough to get the wheel on. Please. I don't know, it's gonna be tough only having one bolt working, and I really don't want to have to reprint this whole thing. I just want to have to reprint the brand new, you know, design with the 1-inch tube. Where'd that go? Try and get it a little tight so it doesn't screw me over here. Okay. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna try to put a wheel on it and hope it doesn't fall off. Probably just 2 lug nuts is enough. No, wait, wrong wheel. Wrong wheel. Where'd it go? I left it over there. I should have left it. Yeah, I don't know why I put it back. Oh my God, that's heavy as fuck. I don't know if that's gonna, but I have to use this because this is a different tire size than that. Oh boy, that's a lot of weight. I mean, the strut should be holding some of the weight, but it's not gonna hold all of the weight. I would say the strut probably holds 90%. We'll find out. Okay. It definitely doesn't help. I just hit the GoPro with the... Oh, I hear cracking noises. Why isn't this fucking... I hear cracking noises. I don't know if you guys can hear them, but I hear them. Holy shit, it's holding. It's actually holding. Check this out. 3D printed lower control arm is holding the weight of a rally tire for now. And the geometry, I mean, my camber bolts obviously all messed up, but yeah, so that's the only problem is this this strut is like, it's almost straight up and down, which is not good. You know, I have the caster maxed out and the strut is just barely tilted. I mean, barely. Go check the other side and see how different that is from factory. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I kept the other side together, so we can, oh wow. And it's about the same. Maybe a little more. I might have to try and build a little extra. I think this is castered. I mean, I'm probably wrong, but you know, give me a break. So the only problem is I can't put the car on the ground, obviously. How is my offset? Because you don't want to mess up your fenders if you don't have enough caster. The offset's about identical. Okay, we're gonna try to turn the wheel. Please don't break. Okay, let's see. It's not too bad. The camber's obviously not good, but I can camber it in a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna turn the wheel all the way to the left, and we're gonna watch for our clearance. Oh boy, it's getting close. No way, does it clear? I mean, the toe is off. That's the only thing I'm worried about, is the toe is like way off. Like if and finding center on these racks is not, like here, if I do, okay, so that's, so half 1, half 2, half 3, 3 1/4. So if I want to do half of 3 1/4, that's 1 1/8. No. 1.5, 1.625. So 1 1/2 1/8. So we're gonna go 1 1/2 1/8. So the rack right now, the problem is this rack is not centered very well. That could influence my clearance to the arm. But if I go ahead and just turn her all the way. Where'd that tape measure go? I thought I brought it out with me. Oh, yep. We can get, oh wow, there's actually, it's exactly like I measured. I measured 1/2 inch clearance, but there's 1 inch clearance, which gives me some room for toe. Now the thing that concerns me is that when you compress the suspension, you're going to get more angle. So the further the suspension compresses, the way that this rack is aligned to this arm. So right now we're actually shorting this arm. No, wait. Making it longer? And the geometry on this is so confusing. I don't think it's gonna be enough to go a full inch. And if I change this design to use 1 inch tube, which would probably be better for weldability and everything, then I'll have even more clearance. But I mean, this is working. I mean, this 1 1/2 inch tube would work if it was a little bit more weldable. The problem is so these tubes are too close together to get a good weld bead on this bracket here. But yeah, I mean, that's legit. That's so legit that I was able to create my own tubular controller. I mean, obviously, I can't weld it. I don't have any welding skills, but yeah, I mean, that's so legit. I just wish I could get this closer to the front because of how it behaves. I mean, yeah, my biggest concern is the angle of the strut is not good and forward like you want it for off-road. There's really nothing that you can do about that. Anyway, that's it. We have so far a success. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board. Try and figure out what size pipe I want to use, or if I can just save. The 1.5 inch pipe honestly is way stronger and beefier, and honestly just looks cool as hell. The other thing is the clearance from this to the aftermarket strut. Yeah, well, the design plans they showed me I think will be alright. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I mean, that's beautiful. So yeah, 3D printers are totally worth it, because this 3D printer probably just saved me $1,000 just for this design work alone. You know, if you had somebody design it for you, or if you bought them, I mean, that's a lot of money. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.